Hey, what's happening? Happy Sunday, everybody. It's June 2nd, 2024, and we're back. Great to have you guys here. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I know we don't typically do Sundays, but I didn't get to see you guys much on my own time yesterday. So we are here today. We got some stuff to talk about, guys. We're looking into the some updates, I guess we should say, but not really in the Madeline Soto case. I want to talk about some things. Mind of Monsters. Mom is going to be joining me up here today. We're going to talk this through and maybe open up the panel for some other discussion as well, as we do well with that. And I appreciate hearing your guys' thoughts and feelings. Guys, please share this out to everybody and anybody you think would want to hear this. Please make sure you hit that like button as you come through that door. And I am super grateful and happy to have you guys here today. Let's get this show on the road. Here we go. Oh, well, you get it. Here we go.
Stream right now?
Hello. Sorry, guys. Technical issue. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. It is great to be here. Gracefully joined by the awesome and amazing Mind of Monsters. Hello, Mom. How are you? Thank you for joining me today.
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. It's Sunday, which means tomorrow's Monday, so we're back to the grind,
Ugh. Not so much fun for Mondays.
Of course. And we're going to be being joined at some point by Salty as well. And there she is right there, Miss Kimber.
The old lady joke. Shauna seldom
What
see me
is
on
true?
camera.
What is up?
What old lady jokes?
And yes, this is my real hair.
Nothing wrong with that. Hello, and welcome.
Hello,
Good to
hello.
have
How are
you.
y'all doing? Huh?
I said good to have you here today. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
So, like I said, Salty's going to be popping up in here in a little bit as well, I believe. And also, guys, just so you, in case you didn't catch it in the beginning, we are looking at Madeline Soto's case. It's not really an update, but it is based on what we're going to be talking about. So understand that, okay? It's kind of a how can I say it? Like we're going to go over something again, but maybe add a couple little things to it. We'll just put it that way. Welcome, Salty. Thank you for joining us today, my dear. How are you?
I'm good.
Hi,
Sunshine,
Jessica.
the rain went away and the sunshine came out. Now I got blue skies. So I'm happy again. Yay.
Awesome. Happy Sunday to you all. Thank you for being here and taking some time out of your Sundays, possibly away from your families, to join me for this. I appreciate all three of you very much. And thank you to my moderators that are in here as well. I appreciate you. As always, I should never try this, could never try this, or would never try this without you guys here as well. And I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. Let's see who we got joining us today
Thank
for
you,
this.
Blue.
It looks like
I'm a hot mess. I don't have any makeup on. My hair's all 80s rock star today.
you look fine. Stop. It's Sunday. It's the weekend. None of us are supposed to look like we're going to church or, well, that didn't make sense. I said Sunday and forget. Moving on. It is the weekend. So it looks like, bear with me, ladies. I got to roll through this real quick because I never miss a day without doing this. It looks like What Is True is in the house. Jenny Jones back in the house. Welcome. Butterflies 71. Great to see you today. Ex-Gothic Breenex, welcome to you. B. Williams, welcome back to you. There's my Doodlebug in the house. Good to see you. Duty Tom Boy Charm, welcome back. Long time no see. Miss Carly Ray Savage, welcome back to you. Great to have you. Nona McPoppins, happy Sunday and welcome back to you. Tracy again, great to see you again. Cooter Brown, welcome back to you. I love these names sometimes. Good golly, Miss Molly's in the house, folks. Thank you for joining us today, Molly. I appreciate you very much. Willow's Mama is in the house. Doc Holiday, welcome back to you. Shelly, I always do this every time. Shelly Montage, thank you for joining us. Jilly Bean, hello. Great to have you back. Miss Victoria Burgess, great to see you today. Miss Charlotte Sank, great to have you here. Great to see you. Of course, Kimber, Salty Sleuth, and Mind of Monsters up here next to me. I'm surrounded by amazing peeps. I don't know how you guys handle it. Let me see here.
Very carefully.
I guess so. Moni in the middle. Where's she at? She's in the middle. Welcome back, Moni. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Leslie and Billy, always a pleasure. God, I need new glasses. Let me see here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. And guys, please remember, if you're kind of new, as you're coming through that door, please hit that like button on your way through the door. Leave a little DNA for me so I can come on and out and find you later on when I need to. If you have not yet subscribed and you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss nothing we put out when we put it out. And Girl Next Door, welcome back to you. Great to see you. Miss Victoria, great to have you here. Good to see you as well. Slow Southern Styles in the house. Welcome back to you. Kay Lee, nice glasses, Kimber.
Thank you.
Tammy Polly, welcome back. Great to see you. Paco Jewel 27, welcome to you. Throw glitter on it. Welcome. I will not, but welcome to you anyway. What's going on? What's good? Let's see.
Hi, Glitter.
I think I'm getting it. We got 88 people in here, folks. Come on. And 33 likes. What the hell? Come on now. Make sure you're hitting that button. Pretend like you like me just for a couple hours. That's all it's got to be for. Just enough to get this in the algorithm, because that's what YouTube wants us to do.
Thank you, Butterfly.
Come on in. Terry Martin, welcome back. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Clue Minotti, I swear I saw her, but then I didn't. If you're in here, hello, Clue. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Shayla Montage.
Or Cletus, I should say, because Cletus is usually right there with her.
They're the cutest couple ever.
I told her when I first started Well, eventually, after we had been talking for all, the reason why I like them so much is because they remind me of me and Brandy, my wife, Brandy. Um, it's just it's the same thing. It's really cool. I think we'd have a lot of fun as the four of us if we did something together. It'd be a blast.
They remind me a lot of me and my husband. Of course, me and my husband are 35 years, so
Age is just a number, dear. Just a number. I don't think I missed anybody. I'll give it just a few minutes to get everybody else in here so I don't have to go back and start it again and get anybody confused. How are you today, Salty?
I'm good. I'm good. We missed you this morning.
Yeah, I was kind of pissed off. I didn't get the damn notification that Doodle told me, and I went to go and you guys were already done. I'm like, son of a bitch.
We were there for like 2 hours, but noties probably aren't going to go out regularly because we're just a small channel. So I don't know,
Well, I'm subscribed and belled up to you, so I would imagine, or I thought it would have, but nothing.
Yeah.
What time did you go live? Actually, start the stream
At 10 a.m. Central, so it would have been
Yeah.
11
your
Eastern.
time.
Oh my god. Okay, so I woke up at 11:30. I never sleep that long, but I was up till 4 last night, as everybody knows. And
Yeah,
I figured y'all had a
we-
pretty late night.
Yeah, we kind of concluded you might have been in the bed still.
I was, and I woke up, came down, looked at my Discord thing, and then I seen Doodle said Salty's live, and I said shit, and I ran in, and it was over, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Clue said, Dago, sorry, fiance and I are not into the pineapples.
I wasn't talking about pineapples. I was just talking about hanging out, but you can go that direction if you want to, dear.
The pineapples.
We're not into that either. I said Sally Montage, didn't I, guys?
Yes, I
You
thought you
did.
did.
I thought I
You
did.
did.
I think
And I
My
was
mic-
wondering, so is that the correct pronunciation? Because I don't want to say it wrong either.
I always try this. I think it's Sally Montage. That's the only
I'm
way
going to say, yeah, I'm going to say Shali because they joined our live
Shali.
this morning. So it was nice to have them
Sally,
on.
Yeah,
Sally
thank you, guys.
Montage is the closest I can get.
There's Necro Liquor. Welcome, Lurker. Good to see you. And by the way, guys, thank you so very much for those of you that went over this morning and supported Salty and Kimber, their first show. I'm so sorry I missed it. I'm ashamed of myself, but thank you, those of you that did. I know they appreciate it, and I so very much do. As you saw, I didn't even get to see it, but I can promise you that it's a great show. It's always going to be, and it's just going to keep getting better from the both of them. So thank you again for supporting them. Walks the Dogs, welcome to you. Phenomena. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Come on in, everybody. Oh, my dogs are going nuts right now. Here we go. I'll start hearing all the weird noises. The white one makes all these strange noises. They bite each other's mouths. What the hell is that?
That's how mine fight. It's like Godzilla.
They just sit there and bite each other's mouths, and the white one goes, "Arr!" Makes that noise, and the dust mop is just he's a bully. He's tiny and little and fluffy. He tears that other dog up every time.
Called
Hey,
a
Kel,
muzzle grab.
a what?
A muzzle grab. It's like a
Okay.
doggy hug. I asked my vet about it because I have
Well,
2 Dachshunds and the Min Pin, and my Min Pin is my red Dachshund's mom. And when she was little bitty, and you got to think when the wieners are born, they're little bitty guys. They're like the size of
Mm.
mice.
mhm.
Well, when she got bigger, we had a pit bull, not the pit bull I have now, but a different pit bull. And he would yawn, and she would get inside of his mouth, and it
Hi,
used to
Terry.
freak me out. And he'd be gagging,
Yeah.
like, "Get her out of here! Get her out of here!" And you have to go over there and pull her out. Well, as
You're
she's got
crazy.
older, she muzzle grabs. So I called the vet, and I was like, "Why is my dog doing this?" And he was like, "It's a muzzle grab. It's like a doggy hug. It's a dominant thing."
Well, see, my other one, the white dog, I've never seen anything like this in my life. It's absolutely the cutest thing ever. When you come in my house, I don't care who you are, he runs up to you, wagging his whole ass because he's excited, and he will stand up. I've always thought that he was going to hump some. You know how dogs do the leg hump thing? That's not what he does. He literally stands straight up and wraps his front paws around your whole leg, and he'll put his head against your leg and hug you. I've never seen anything like that in my life. He doesn't hump. He doesn't try to bite. He just hugs you like this. I'm going to have to record it one time and show you guys. It's absolutely the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. He's a super duper lovey dog. The other one's just a little dickhead, though. He really is. He's mean. And I thought he'd be the cute, softy little cuddly. No, he's a little asshole, complete asshole. And he's mean, completely mean.
I have a hard time with small dogs. I've always I've always had a dog my entire life, except right now. My son does, I do not on purpose. I've raised pit bulls. So little dogs have always just not really been my thing. I gotta have something that's gonna protect me. If you're gonna be in my house, do your job. And I don't know if those guys can cut it.
My wife likes the little ones because she likes to cuddle with them and have
Oh
them sit.
yeah. A lot
I
of people do.
I keep my bulldog in the drawer next to me, so I'm good.
Yeah.
My 60-pound dog, she's a cuddler.
Yeah, my pit bulls all thought they were like little tiny lap dogs, and can't tell them no different.
That's funny because I think they all do that. Like the little
I
ones,
know, right?
they think they're Rottweilers or something, and the big ones think that they're Chihuahuas. It's hilarious to me. And no, Doodle, I'm not making that noise again, smart ass. I know what you're trying to do. It's not gonna happen again. Risto, hello, welcome. Please avoid the insane ongoing hate fest of Sebastian Rogers. we're I know, bro. You're not gonna catch me running a stream on it unless there's new info on it. I've been on multiple panels talking about different things, and there's a lot of different things to talk about, but it's just so old at this point. I'm not gonna be running anything unless it's new.
Doodle's wiener just lays around.
Is that how that works? See, this
I
is
ain't got
big.
no comment. Mom's face. Mom's like, well,
Doodle, keep brushing your hair. You're pretty, hon. You're good.
That's what he tells her all the time. Keep brushing your hair.
You're pretty. She's pretty. I'm gonna show you why. This is why I say that to her. She'll say stuff to me constantly, just to get my facial reaction. Because especially when I'm live, because she knows I'm not gonna say much about things.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Ruby Slippers, Jaguars, Hooligan, Meta Mom, Necrolicker. Hard for me to say.
I know.
Kel, Ruby Slippers, upstate New York housewife. Hello. And if I missed you, I'll catch up with you. But welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us. This is why Doodle does this to me. She does this shit to me on purpose. Everybody knows she's a stand-up comedian. She should be, at least. This is what I get sent. So your secret's about to be put out, Doodle.
Hey,
So
she
say
said
something.
some crazy stuff in Discord.
She'll say something to me, and she knows I'm going to have a reaction because she's absolutely hilarious. And then after I react to it, this is what I get. I don't get any words, no nothing. It's silence and this.
Thank you, Wayne. It's silence.
This is what I get from her. And the first few times she sent this to me, there was nothing with it. I just lost my damn mind laughing and then moved on. It's every day, like 15, 20 times a day. She's insane and hilarious, but I love her. Absolutely. She brings a lot of comic relief to this channel, which is needed in a lot of ways sometimes. So I appreciate it very much. And her. Welcome, Gary Epley. Good to see you, Alicia J. Welcome back to you. Miss Terry Martin, great to see you. Wayne Kersey, hello. Did I say Jaguar? Yes, I did. Kel, of course. Is there anybody in here or anybody that knows anybody in here that was blocked or whatever that needs to be unblocked? Because I know there's a few in here that were and didn't know they were. Some of them were accidents. I don't know what it is, but I just wanted to make sure everybody's available.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay. That's because of the shirt with the hole patterns. Jesus Christ, Bonnie. Okay. Bonnie Bailey, good to see you. It's been a minute. Great to have you here. Yeah, you can watch this. This chat can get as tense as it wants to, and Doodle will say just something way offhanded. Completely breaks it all up. At least for me, I can't not pay attention to it. Who's blocking people on your channel? They go, I don't know, Wayne. Sometimes there's been accidents where people have been blocked accidentally, blah, blah, blah. I'm just making sure nobody is. It's not supposed to be. There's some people that are absolutely supposed to be, and that is exactly what you do, and we appreciate you very much, Doodle. Very, very much, man. For everything you do. You do so much. Looks like Miss Kelko. By the way, tell me, how do I sound through this microphone in here, you guys?
You sound fine to me.
Better,
Sounds
worse,
good to
the
me.
same as it was?
Sounds good so far.
Is it
Well,
louder or quieter when I do that?
well, you sound fine doing that. Well, the real test will be when you speak over the videos.
Yeah.
I'm joking. No, I don't think you're scaring me this time, so we're doing good. It's like those times it goes quiet and then all of a sudden you say something. I'm like, I jump and I look around like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Dago. It's all good, dude. You always sound fine to me. If you don't, we'll
Dago,
let you know.
my husband says your microphone sounds fine. Don't worry about what anybody else says. It sounds great. The new mic sounds great. He said that 1,000 times today.
I know. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to make sure because I've had, whoa, that's weird. So many complaints about how I sounded in the microphone side. That's why I tried to fix this. Daft Ments, welcome. Good to have you here. Oh, backing up. Sorry, I lost Kel. Looks like Kel dropped. Can you guys hear the sound effects in the background as well still?
Did I seriously just
No. Okay.
I don't hear no sound effects.
You didn't hear any cheering or applause or anything?
No.
Okay. Nothing's wrong with
Were we
that.
supposed to?
Yeah, that's okay though.
Yeah, your soundboard's not working.
Nope. I'll figure it out though. No big deal. It's all right. Anyway, I want to thank Kel for gifting 5 of the True Crime Cafe memberships. I'm sorry. And it looks like Naomi B, Throw Glitter. Nope, not Throw Glitter. Jaguars Hooligan, Lurker, What is True, Wayne Kersey. All were gifted memberships. Wayne says I had to subscribe to your channel again. Check that, guys, because I've been told by multiple creators that subscribers are being knocked out of their subscription. So make sure that you're subscribed if you want to be. I don't know. YouTube's had a lot of weird ass problems lately. So just check that should you choose to be subscribed. And I think we're good on that. And again, thank you very much, Cal. I do appreciate that so very much. See something, say something. Hello. Welcome. Good to have you here. We got 115 people with 81 likes. We're getting there. Come on now. We can do that. And get ourselves in that Al Gore rhythm.
Oh, don't say Al Gore. That's Tennessee's. Ugh.
That's your buddy, right? You guys all love him.
No, we don't claim him. We do not claim Al Gore.
Okay.
We he invented the internet. I just rolled my eyes back into the back of my head. He claims he's not our favorite son.
He and his wife went up against heavy metal music in the 80s. It was evil.
Tipper, I hated her. I did.
I know, Tipper. Yeah.
As we all know, I'm a huge heavy metal fan. And
right. My mom didn't have a problem with me listening to heavy metal because she knew her child. I didn't need some politician lady coming out saying it's the devil's music.
Absolutely.
Have you listened to it, lady?
No, and the funny thing is she picked a specific few groups to jump on top of and try to slander them.
Yeah.
And they made very good points and said, have you read the lyrics to the songs that you're slandering right now? Because if you would read some of them, you might notice that they don't mean anything like what you're talking about. Ozzy Osbourne.
Al Gore was Bill Clinton's vice president. He's from Tennessee.
Yeah.
They used to call him Tennessee's favorite son. He's actually a complete and utter idiot.
Yeah. Well, I think his wife was worse than him, honestly.
Yeah, I have to agree on that.
Yeah, they sent Ozzy Osbourne in after her and Dee Snider from Twisted Sister.
Dee Snider went in hard on that lady. He didn't let up.
Yes, I loved it too. It was great.
I did too.
Al Gore also said that all the polar ice caps will be melted by 2010. Here we are in 2024, and they're still not melted.
Yeah,
well, they are though. But to be fair, they are.
They're definitely melting.
He said they'd be gone.
Yeah, he said a lot of things, but he wasn't wrong about some of the things. The one thing he did do was draw attention to climate change. And, you know, I'm not like a tree hugger, and I'm not going to go out and preach to people, but it's a very real thing. And at least he got people to look at it, you know, and because I watch all aspects of their little political careers, because I can get real political real fast. I just don't choose to anymore. But yeah, if they do something good, like Matt Gaetz, I'm going to say, hey, they did this good. If they did that wrong, I'm going to say, hey, they did that wrong.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Gary, these two awesome ladies here at the bottom, Miss Salty over here and Miss Kimber, have a channel together. Salty started this channel up. Kimber's her co-host on there, and they talk about some very factual and interesting stuff. So please go check it out if you will. If one of the mods would drop that link again for me, and moms too, I would appreciate that greatly, please.
It's okay. Yeah. It's okay, Clue. I'm 59. You have to remember that I'll be 59 in August, so I completely understand.
What'd she say?
She said,
okay, I was like 10 when he was president or around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a few years on you, Clue.
I'm just turning 50 this year, so I remember it. But
thank you, Alicia.
I was a wild and crazy teenager, according to them, of course.
You couldn't have been any more wilder than I was in the 80s. I was older than you, dude.
I don't know. I did crazy shit back then, though. So,
you're a guy too. I'm real street smart, so I knew not to push my limits. I knew when to stop.
Yeah, you don't.
Plus, I had a mama I was terrified of, and that scared me more than the law or anything else. I got to face mama when this is all over.
Yeah, I did. I had that problem too, but I still did dumb things. You eat mushrooms and then you go out to that place called the Ledges and jump from one rock to another rock when there's like a 10-foot gap between them, and then you think about after, like, I could have just fell and died, but it's okay.
Thank you, Mom.
There you go. Thank you very much for that. Who dropped that, Molly? Or Mom did?
No, he didn't invent the internet, but I think he made that claim one time. He made a lot of Al Gore made a lot of claims that he shouldn't have made. Some were just really far.
Don't they all, though? Honestly, don't they all?
Yeah, they're politicians. If their mouths are moving, they're generally lying.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, the whole metal music thing, that blew my mind, though. I'll never get past, like, where did you come up with this? You know what I mean? Like, it's all about the person, how they perceive what they're listening to, what they want to
they just didn't understand it. It was a big, huge, it was the raging 80s. Like, it was just what it was, and they didn't understand it, and it scared them. And the look, if you took a look at Ozzy Osbourne album cover, my mom wasn't that mom, thank God. But a lot of parents would and be like, "Oh God, no, my baby can't listen to that." No, I didn't play them backwards. None of that mess. It is what it was.
Yep.
They didn't succeed. So
no, thank God. The only one my mother ever questioned, the only one she ever questioned, and I can't blame her, is Ice-T put together, I think it was in 89 or 90, he put together a heavy metal group. He's typically a rapper, everybody knows. And they were called Body Count. Okay. They were heavy, very heavy, which was strange, but I loved it because it was a taboo thing that didn't happen back then. Well, the title of the album was called Cop Killer. Okay. And that was very like, no. In fact, they had to take it off the market and change the name of the album eventually. But she questioned that one, and she was like, "What is that?" And she made me let her read the lyrics and all that kind of stuff. And I said, "Mom, it's just, what it is. It doesn't mean I'm gonna go out and do something like that." So, and she knows, so that was a big deal. There was a couple other albums I think they made a big deal about, but the rest of it was just bullshit. Something to give them time. It was something to pass, especially Tipper Gore. I think it was just something to give her to pass her damn time while he was there. So.
I see a comment says, "Shout rest in peace, Randy Rhoads." Oh, amen. Yeah. Amen.
Yeah. Yes.
Clue, I didn't let my son watch Beavis and Butthead either.
I did.
What the hell was wrong with Beavis and Butthead? Which you were really high in the middle of the night. It's so funny.
Well, he's only 32 now, so he was pretty young when Beavis and Butthead was out. So it was probably a little much for him at the time. So I didn't think it was age appropriate for him, so I didn't let him watch it.
Beavis and Butthead and Ren and Stimpy. Oh, buddy, I loved them.
I was way over 13.
I did let him watch Ren and Stimpy.
You want to know something? Ren and Stimpy, to be honest with you, if you read, or not read, but yeah, read back about the cartoons and think about, I've watched them recently. Those ones are the ones that have the adult humor that are sending a message they probably shouldn't with some of the stuff they did, not Beavis and Butthead. So it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Thank you,
Angry
Zelda, and welcome, Mama Bear. Good to see you. Thank you
Hi,
for joining
Mama
us.
Bear. And
Hope
Angry
you're-
Beavers.
Yes, Cat Dog and what was the cowardly dog? What the hell was his name?
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah, those were good
My
names.
mama wouldn't let me stay up and watch the Sonny and Cher show. One, it was on late, and two, my mom thought it was a little risque for me to watch.
The one I wasn't allowed to watch was the Benny Hill show, and I always wanted to watch it.
I love Benny Hill.
It was hilarious. Good stuff.
And I wasn't
was.
allowed to watch Mary Hartman.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh wow, you went back a little ways on that one. Yes.
Yeah,
My
welcome
mom
to-
wasn't. My mom was very open with me. We had a very good close. We could talk about all kinds of stuff. I could go to her with anything under the sun, and it was going to be okay. And that's the environment I've tried to create for my children as well. I know my kids, and if we have honest, open conversations about things, now there's age appropriate and there's not age appropriate. You know what I mean? But I think as long as you're communicating with your kids and about what they're viewing, and you talk about it honestly, and they have a good concept of it, you're going to be fine.
Yes, ma'am. That's all you got to do is educate. That's it. I do agree. Sorry.
Clue Benny Hill and Absolutely Fabulous. You will love Absolutely Fabulous. That is one of my favorite shows.
Absolutely fabulous. I love that show with what are the girls' names? Wanda and
Oh, I can't remember.
isn't it Wanda and somebody? They're British. They are hilarious. It's hilarious.
Ab-
Patsy. Patsy
What?
was the blonde. Wasn't Wanda the other one?
Don't know. Dago, you're muted. No,
Can you guys hear me now?
we can now.
Hold on. I'm trying to adjust these things. How about now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And my son is a huge Monty Python fan.
And now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I got all these new things on here. I'm trying to make sure they all work. How about now?
Yeah.
I don't even know which way sounds the best or what I'm supposed to do with this, but okay. Anyway, moving on. Okay. There is Doodlebug's link. Please check her channel out. Very good channel. Geared towards the missing, as we all need to be seeing. See something, say something. Hello. Zelda, again, welcome and thank you. Firefly, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Zelda, for that, guys. Anybody interested in possibly picking up one of these little things, or a t-shirt or a hoodie or any of that, the store is open and you're welcome to go pick out anything you'd like and set it up and check it out. I think the coffee mugs are pretty cool. I like them.
Yeah, they are. I gotta order me one. Maybe I'll do that later.
There you go.
Mama Bear's off the next 2 days. Hold the phone.
Oh my God, I'm excited. Well, you guys know you'll get to see her then. I'm excited. Anytime we get her, I'm always excited.
Yeah, she came in this morning and hung out with us for a little while. It's good to
She
see you,
did.
Mom.
She was
Awesome.
getting ready for work.
She works a whole hell of a lot for a part-time job, don't she, guys?
She sure does.
Yeah, I made that comment this morning with her going to work this morning. We're like on a Sunday. Gosh, Mom, she's been.
Thank you, Sherry.
Mama Bear be working hard.
Thank you. Yes, we hit the algorithm. Thank you, Sherry, and thank you to all of you guys. We're at 102 likes with 144 peeps. That's so very awesome. Great job, all of you mods. Thank you for everything. You guys are amazing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I love Monty Python as well. Absolutely. And Mel Brooks. I'm a huge fan of Mel Brooks and all his stuff.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks is good.
Good stuff. My wife is huge. Like, she got me into Young Frankenstein and what the hell, all the other movies he did, Spaceballs and stuff. She loves all that stuff. So yes. And Marie, hello. Carly Ray. All right. So again, there was a doc drop in this case. We all know, and I'm going to throw this up just because some people, if you're new, I'm going to throw a trigger warning in just because this is a very, very touchy case, guys. It's dark, about as dark as you can get. Okay. And it's very sad. I don't like talking about it, but it needs to be heard by everybody because of what has happened. And I still feel, as I'm going to talk about today, and that's why I had Mom joining me, Salty and Kimber, because well, Salty and Kimber have their channel, and Salty's been on this from the beginning. Mom does this daily, all day, every day, and she's been dealing with. She streamed the memorial today. Salty was in there, I believe, as well, and we've all followed this very close from the beginning. It's a dark case. It's a very sad and dark case, and it's so deep too because I think there's a lot of involvement in this that didn't need to be. Well, none of it needed to be anything, but there's a lot more involvement in there. Is what I'm trying to say is in what we're seeing. Welcome, Juju B and Carolyn. No, she has not, from my understanding, Carolyn. But believe me, I promise you, if and when it'll be coming out. So. There was some documents dropped. There's some things in this documents that Mom, she caught it. I give credit where credit's due every time because she caught this and came directly to me and said, what the hell, Dago? What do you think? You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, yeah. And it makes me wonder. You see the title. It says, where did Stephen Stearns take Maddie's life? I wonder because we've all questioned how and when did he do what he did? How did he get around cameras and do this and do, you know what I mean? And I've always wondered these things. Well, there's something in here that kind of could tell that story. Welcome, Miss Chip. Good to see you. Thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate you taking time out of your Sundays to be in here for this and support the channel and everyone in here the way you do. So I'm going to pull this stuff up here in a second here. Okay, I got you. Hold on a second here. 1 second.
Hey, Dago, I want to show Mini Kimber here. This is my mini me right here. Right here.
Hey there, bud. How are you?
Hey.
That's Dago, Mind a Monster, Salty.
Hello.
That's my mini me.
Hey, Minnie, that's for sure.
No, he's tall.
1 second. Could any one of the three of you please check the back chat here in 1 second? Okay. And then just go for it from there. I took care of it, Clue. Thank you. Anyway, moving on. So these documents type things were dropped today. And I have some questions I want to throw at you guys and talk about some of these things here. So I got to find the order that they went in, though. I think, no, that's not it. Hold on. Okay. We got it. Thank you, Mom. Appreciate you.
I couldn't get him, Dago, because I'm on my phone.
It's okay. And if nobody can, just let me know. I'll catch it. Hold on. There we go. All right.
Kaylee, that was earlier today that there was a body found in the Cumberland River in Nashville. I saw that earlier. I don't know if they've done any identification or not, but I did see that earlier come across my phone.
Another one?
Yes, another one. I've been waiting for an update, but I haven't seen one yet.
Wow. Welcome, Shauna Martz. And what's the T with Trisha G? Hello. That Cumberland River is like a damn cemetery. Jesus. That's something else I'm just giving you guys a heads up on. I'm going to be starting up here relatively soon. I'm going to be covering, and I know this sounds maybe close closed up, but it needs to be because it's a big deal. I'm going to be covering the missing children of Tennessee. It's a big thing, a really big thing. Okay, there's a lot that I've seen, or not missing children, just missing in Tennessee. There's so much of it, so it's just something I'm going to be going over and showing a lot of missing children for one, but missing period in general. Somebody requested it, and I said, yeah, I actually wouldn't mind doing that. Welcome, Paige. Good to see you. And I'm just going to do one stream on it, put it out, and there's so many more people that are missing that we're going to be covering as well. But just wanted to say, I'm going to center in on Tennessee because there's a lot going on in Tennessee for one specific show. Real quick before I go into this, Kel, you threw a name a few minutes earlier when I said the Ledges. You must be very close to me if you know where that place is. I grew up out there every weekend as a teenager. But that's crazy because nobody else has ever said that in here. So you got to be very close to me, at least remotely close to me. Straight Talker, what's up? Got 175 of you guys in here. Please make sure you're hitting that like button as you come through the door. Thank you, Mom, very much. I'm not going to say the name, but awesome. How far, you don't have to give away exactly where you're at, Kel, but what are you close to? Let's just put it that way. Just out of curiosity. And then we'll jump right into this. As you can see, notice the provision of discovery comes now. State of Florida by and through the undersigned assistant state attorney and gives notice that copies of the below listed were given to the defense on May 16 of 2024. Boom, I got it. Welcome, Mel's Bells. Snowflake's Nightmare, welcome. Good to see you. Gotcha. That's about where we're at too, Kel. So good deal. Good to see you, neighbor. Thanks for supporting us. All right, that's handled, ladies. Thank you for trying for sure. So it shows here right off the get, digital media, #1 hard drive containing, okay, 911 calls, AVL videos, BWC videos, DVR1 front gate, the Venetian Bay, and that's where they lived. That was the housing development, I guess you call that, where they lived at. It was a gated community. Oh Lord, hold on. I gotta shut that. Thank you. I don't know why I can't ever think of that word. 1 second, guys. Let me fix this real quick because it's noisy. Okay. All right. Back to where we was. Thank you, Sherry. Okay, so anyway, evidence sheets for Orange County Exxon surveillance video, gas station, obviously, the gas station interior video, okay, and hotel room key log.
Yep.
That's interesting. Very interesting. Hotel room key log. Okay. Instagram, Madeline Soto, Little Figment interviews, second interview with Jennifer, Stephanie, #2, which is Jennifer's sister, Jennifer, Stephanie, Alex Prozis Mora interview, and on and on and on, down, Angela, Annie, Elise, okay, so moving on. Hold on here.
So for those of y'all that don't know, the Little Figment is a ride at Disney.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't that?
So if you go over each piece of that, because there's a lot of footage in that as well.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
But that hotel key is very interesting.
Well, and this is what I'm trying. This is what I did this entire show for, and this is what I want to talk about. Sorry, guys, I had a technical issue there for a second. Sorry about that. Completely. There we go. Okay. Now open it back up again. Boom. Let's try this again. So back on down here. Okay. Hotel room key. We never heard about. Sorry, Clue. We never heard about that throughout any of the other interviews or anything ever. But a hotel room key for a key log. I'm sorry, but
Key log, yeah.
why would we need to have the key log for a hotel room? I gotta beg to wonder. Okay, we all questioned how and when he did what he did, and then how he got her out and did this and did all that stuff. We've all questioned that and talked about that in depth. Well, as it states in the title, where did he do what he did? Okay, yes, they do, Terry, and they both at one time worked for Disney. I think Jen still does, or did. What if this happened in a hotel rather than at that home?
Well,
Because it's
they probably found a key in his possession.
Yeah.
And then they went and did a warrant to get the logs to see when he had that room, when
Right,
he checked in, checked out, that sort of thing. Mom, what's your thoughts on that?
So a hotel room key log, just from being in years of hospitality, the doors used to have like a key. Like you put the key in, the metal key, you turn it. Well, now most of your doors are electronic doors.
Right.
You tap the key, a little plastic key card, like your credit card. You put the key in, or you use your phone as your key, and your phone taps the door and it lets you in. So if, like, especially at the plaza in Daytona, if if we never had an unaliving. We had a couple of self-harms, but we never had an unaliving that happened while I was working there. If something like that happened, we would pull the log and the camera footage in the hallway to see who went in that room, who went out that room, what time did they go in the room, what time did they go out the room. Because every time you tap that key or stick that key in, there's a log that sends a signal to your office computer, and it logs every time that door was open and closed. And that's also for protection of the guests for housekeeping as well, because if something comes up missing out of your room, they can go in, and each housekeeper has a key that's assigned to them. And that way you can tell what time they went in that room, how many times did they go in that room. And, you can't tell when they came out unless you're watching the footage on the on the hallways.
Mhm.
But it does log every time that door is opened because it's an electronic door.
Right. Yes, Terry, he did at one point work at Disney. DHABC, hello. Good to have you here. And Heather, thank you for joining me as well. Okay, so what is true says that she died in that condo per LE early AM, which according to Florida law, she is culpable as he is. She, by her own words, says she was there. Right. What I'm trying to say, though, okay, there's other things that I wasn't going to get into it right away, but I guess I will. There's other things that you there, Salty?
Yeah, I pulled a Kimber and hit the wrong button and took myself right out.
No problem. So there's other things that I talked about early on in this case that I personally could have linked to this in my mind. We watched this case happen. We watched her go missing. We looked, we talked about her. Then they found her. Okay. Well, when and where they found her, okay, which we can look at that here in a few minutes, is out a ways from where they lived. But it's also, if you guys are from Florida, which I have two people here that know Florida very well, and quite a few of you that in chat know about it as well. But the place they found her is very close to another case that dropped almost the same time in St. Cloud, which is right there with Kissimmee, guys. They're part. Actually, I've always thought they were the same place, but they're very close. Okay. And you guys remember I brought you that case of the I call it Santa's child pornography ring, because that's how they classified him, as looking like Santa Claus. Okay. And they busted that ring right there, same time. And it was big. Okay. With the amount of images found on this man's phone, granted, yes, they could all be for personal reasons, but these people are sick and they do sick things. Okay. And I could very easily see this being, it was claimed to be, they're like trading cards. And I hate saying these things, but it's true, folks. They're like trading cards. Okay.
Mhm.
They trade pictures. They sell pictures to each other. and they sell pictures to all these other sickos that are into this crap, and they try to do other things with these scenarios too that we're going to talk about slightly here too.
Well, it's no secret. These criminals that do things will keep things. But when I heard the amount
Yes,
of photos he still that was stored on the phone, the devices, and this, it really gets your mind going. Were they being shared? And the minute that the St. Cloud case came up, and I went to the map to look where this man lived, I could see on the map, because I'd been in the maps, because I knew where Maddie was found. And when I saw his house, I was like, "Holy shit!" And then I started to wonder, well, could they possibly have a connection there with trading the materials? But then I also wondered, was Stearns familiar with that area because he had been to
that place.
the other location out there? Because it was maybe 12 minutes. I'd have to go back to the map and really look at it again, but I can see it in my head. It's not that far. That doesn't mean they're connected in any kind of way, but you can't help but wonder. And there was a big investigation going on with Homeland Security, and all were involved in the Santa of St. Cloud story. It was him and his son. His son unalived himself while the authorities were on the way to make the arrest. And just the father, the old man, got arrested. So I just was seeing where the area was, just that was my first thought on the map when I could see the two locations and how close they were. That's when it triggered for me. There could be a connection there.
Same here. Same. Yeah, because it's very close. The idea could have came to his mind because he's passed by that in relation to going to that area possibly. And when I say like connected and linked, I don't mean like they were working in unison together. I mean like these people stick together in some ways, okay? Because they have nobody else that will stick with them. So they
work as a network. It's not like they work. We need to just it is what it is. These guys network. They find each other. They know about one of the discords that I think there was two. I know there was a discord for Maddie, but we aren't even sure if that was really Maddie's account or one Stearns set up and used the name Maddie to interact with girls her age, possibly. But this is how they operate. They form these networks and these rings, and they can all communicate without even being seen or noticed. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that brings in the trafficking element and the CSAM and all the things that go along with it. And that's what they're out there for, to find each other and to share.
And that's absolute. And like I said, there is no proof as of yet that there was any kind of a link between Stearns and or any of these other people. But I'm going to say that it's hard for me to believe that there is not at least a link as far as trading different photos and different things. Okay. And even a slight possibility, if this guy has a card to, or a card key, whatever the hell those things are now, to a hotel room, if there's anything else that was done or tried to have been done within that hotel. Okay. I don't know.
We don't have a hotel name in these documents or a particular.
Right.
Well, I don't think there's a particular surveillance footage that would point that it came from the hotel. I was reading them before we came on, but I'm going to take a deeper dive into the caseload myself and see what I can come up with. I want to get some of these body cams, and if we can get the camera footages, I'd like to see them eventually. But that's the thing about Florida. This is a document list of telling you everything they put out there, things that are going to be in the documents, So we'll learn a lot more going forward. But the key log was very telling to me as well, because I was like, what the hell? Now, that could be just because they found it and they, like Mom said, they did the request on it, got the records, and that's in the file. Whether it pertains to the case or not, who knows? But there's a good possibility, which always makes me go back to, I don't care. I mean, it matters where it happened. But what I can't figure out is, where was Maddie's mother
That's
overnight?
the biggest thing with this. That's it. Yeah.
Why was he picking her up? Because if you listen to Stearns' last interview with law enforcement, he didn't arrive until that morning on that Sunday of the birthday party. He wasn't in town. Yeah, he wasn't in town the day before.
Yeah, he stays with his mom
that morning.
He stays with his mom and dad, Clue, when he wasn't with Jen and Maddie. He stayed with his mom and dad and took care of them, according to what he says. So
okay, that's what I was wondering. Where was he living? I was wondering the same thing.
At his parents' house, according to Stephan, his parents are old and deaf and have a bunch of poodles he can't stand. Poor guy. So Yeah, he goes and lives with mommy and daddy and takes care of their old aging selves. And then I guess when it fancies him, he goes and sees Jen. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how long that had been going on, you know, between the two houses kind of thing. But apparently that's what he says on the the body cam, you know, the interview we got is that he arrived in town that morning from his parents' house. They didn't live that far really, but he got there that morning.
What part
So
of Florida did his parents live in?
They live on
I
the
got to go
Gulf
back
side.
and look. I'm outside, but they're not far, right, Mom, from where they were
They live on
already.
the Gulf side. They live close
Yeah,
to
they were just a
Northport.
couple hours, I think, maybe 2, 3,
Oh, okay.
maybe less than that.
Did you say Northport, Mom?
Yeah, they live near Northport. Like, I don't want to put out their exact location, but
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
close
that's all I
enough
wondered.
to get you where they live.
yeah.
They live in Northport, and Northport is like a higher end area on that side. It was pretty much destroyed by the hurricane, but if from where the condo is, depending on traffic, you're looking at between, I mean, the way I drive, so we'll say 45 minutes to an hour from the condo to his parents.
And to give you guys an idea where Northport, if you guys remember the Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie case, Brian Laundrie's parents lived in Northport. That's where that was. So, if anybody followed that, I don't know. A lot of people don't know Florida that are
So
not.
Northport was about 45 minutes. He was about 45 minutes from where in Northport from where Jen and Maddie lived.
Yes, it was, and not that far. He had easy access still, pretty much, if he wanted it, you know. But I just have to wonder about this birthday party. And, you know, a lot of moms, parents, regardless, that especially if it's your only child and they're 13, you are going to schedule a party for your day off.
Yes.
Even if you're in training and you got a big workload, you're still going to try to schedule that party where you can be there for such a big event. Now, I get it if she celebrated with her privately and then she had a friend's party and grandma helped with that. Cool, I get it. But I still need to know why you didn't have your daughter after the party. Why did he need to go pick her up? Why did he spend the entire night with her? If this hotel's involved, where were you? Did you not wonder where your daughter was all night?
Yes. Yep. That's a big. And then we move on to the next day. The lies that were told, in my opinion, about seeing her at 8 a.m. when we know that law enforcement completely flipped that stuff upside down, and we know how that truly went and what really happened. Why are you saying this and that, so on and so forth? Which is why I in my heart feel that she's connected to this. People can argue with me, and I've had people argue with me. Why do you say that? Why do you think that? That's not right. Blah blah blah. She's a grieving mother. No.
Well, I don't know what to think. You know, I leave the possibility open that she could at this point, but I have to wonder if all these video surveillance footages they have, that's going to be of them seeing him around town driving around, and a lot of those have Maddie in the car, which we already knew that there was images out there of her in the car slumped over. Was Jen in any of those videos? I think if she was, she may be in jail right now. So I'm not sure. You know what? Proving somebody did something is different than thinking they did it. So even if they think she did, if they don't have anything concrete, there's nothing they can really do except jeopardize future charges if they jump the gun.
Yeah, and Florida is going to take their time to do a thorough case, and it's very frustrating, especially for those that want it right now. Like I am the one. Like I want it right now. I want to know exactly what's going on, but they're going to take their time to build a case because this is my opinion. I don't think that we want to see another Casey Anthony. We don't want to see another mom that we all know that there was more than enough evidence to put her away. Just walk away and live her best life. And what is true, I agree that is what he said. But again, I don't trust anything he says as far as I can throw him. So I don't believe anything that man says. And Carly asked if she was working from home. So when we first moved to Orlando, I had actually applied for a position doing exactly what Jen was doing, and it was a remote position. Now, I don't know if she was working in office or remote, but it is possible that she was working from home. And to me, that brings up a whole nother basket of worms with Jen, that if she was in that home and this took place in the home that morning. How the hell did she not hear what was going on?
Where was
Because
she?
right, you don't take a child's life like that and there's no sound. There's no struggle. There's no, there's no way that if she was at home, she didn't hear what was happening in another room. Those condos are very close together
Right.
and they're very nice. Like that area is really, really nice. The 3 times I've been there, two times out of the 3 to the condo, there was police like posted out front, which it was in the very beginning of this all happening. And then the 3rd time we went, there was 2 security guards. So they're watching who's going in and out. Like they're really paying attention to who's going in and out that front gate because there was no way we were getting in. I don't live there, so
Right.
there
And
was
it's a
no
gated
point.
community too. That's the other thing, guys. It's a gated
Yes.
community, which was part of it. What he tried to use as his alibi, which is a joke to me. But anyway, so yeah, she could have been drugged. I understand that. I've heard that before. Again, this is a condo. This is not a giant farmhouse. This is not a huge hotel or big area. It's a condo. There's 3 people in this home. Okay. You can't move around a home too much without being heard by another person if you're in there with 2 other people, or at least another person. I just can't believe that she didn't see or hear or understand something.
Well, we sit there and we see in documents where this woman has admitted to allowing him to sleep in the same bed with them, and then there were times when her anxiety was too much. She wanted them to sleep in a separate room.
Right.
So don't tell me you never heard. I mean, I guess you could be deaf, damn near it, and never heard anything, never suspected, whatever. But that night in particular, I have real questions about where Jen was. That will help me clarify a lot, And since we don't know where she was and they haven't have any statements, you can't help but wonder, that's human nature is to be suspicious of that. It's not like we don't have any pause about her already. Now it's kind of like a wait and see thing. Because I was one of those ones in the very beginning as well. I'm not going to come out of the gate and watch one interview with the missing child's parents and say, they're guilty. They did something. Because I need to assess the situation and assess them. I can't make a judgment based on one interview. Now, I've watched many with Jennifer, and we've all seen the bizarre behavior. We watched it unfold, and then we watched her shut down and go into silence and not say another word.
Right.
And that's her right, to go do you, girl, protect whatever you got to protect. I get it. But you can't help but be suspicious at this point with so much. And I really want to know if there's a lot of interviews in there too. And I see the name Chris Stearns as well is in there. So they've talked to both sides, these family members, people that know them. I would just, when these things come out, to be able to read them and see what they said. This guy's, and the sad part is, and Mom knows this, Dago, Kimber, that these guys are a dime a dozen. They're out there everywhere. This is not the only one.
Oh yeah, you take one off the street, but there's 10,000 more just like him. There's so many more just like him. You take one off the street, but there's so many more.
And it went on for a while. We know that. And I noticed too, they also have pulled medical records for Maddie from the Orlando Psychiatric Associates. So she was getting some form of therapy at some point in time, or counseling or something. And nobody knows what it's about. We don't need to know. That's not our business. But you got to wonder because of what this poor child had been going through. Okay. As well. So
I think Maddie's anxiety issues were brought on by what was happening at home.
Exactly.
And we know she was having some anxiety issues according to what we've been told. And so that's probably why she was seeing a doctor, but none of that, if it's their fault, it's their fault. And she's a child, it doesn't matter what a child's going through. If they're seeking help for it, nobody gets the right to do anything to children. I don't care if these children are special needs, if they're going through issues, if they're seeing doctors. It could be a very happy-go-lucky child with no issues. You don't do this stuff to children. And
Right.
you don't especially target the already vulnerable. Kids are vulnerable across the board,
Yes, ma'am.
every child, you know, and
Yep.
Yes, they are.
it's just insane what people
Exactly.
are willing to do to get to your kids. I mean, people are willing to do a lot to get to your child.
Yeah, and see, going back to what we were talking about with this hotel as well, they also pulled the video surveillance from that hotel as well, which I gotta wonder. I'd love to know what's on that surveillance. I
Okay, so
really
yeah,
would.
I see it now. Is that would be the Venetian Bay? Is that where we're assuming the key was from?
Well, no,
No.
Venetian
But
Bay is where they
key
lived
log.
at.
Oh,
Vene-
does it
yeah,
list the hotel name?
I didn't see it, but I'm sure maybe at some point it might pop up.
Oh, it
Maybe.
will. It'll come out in the documents. I just didn't see it on that list that you guys were looking at. I didn't know if I missed it or not.
Well,
'Cause I'll
Venetian
go
Bay
map
is
it.
the condos.
Yeah.
but you you know that Jen had to be covering for him because Jen knew that it was wrong to let. If I had a daughter and I was dating someone and my boyfriend wanted to sleep in the same bed with my daughter, no,
I think
who
it's
does
the.
that?
I don't know that it. This is a grooming situation. So you take a
Right,
little girl who's vulnerable, a mother
right,
who's, I guess, vulnerable, and well, a lot of families will sleep together or go and watch TV or whatever. You slowly go into these things, right, with these people. What we all know by now, if she even had an inkling anything was going on, or but women do this. Not women, but there are women out there who will do this. They will turn that blind eye and they will ignore what's happening in front of their face for one reason, to hang on to that man. And that's a
right.
sad situation, but it is what it is. And it happens, unfortunately. I know somebody it happened to that her mom absolutely knew. And it's a hard thing to live with, but it does happen, and I just wish that women would listen
But
to their
see,
kids a
Salty,
little more.
that is my question. Was Jennifer part of the grooming
Well, we
of
don't know.
Maddie? I know
I
we
don't
don't
know.
know.
I
We
don't
don't
know if
know,
she's just sad. Yeah, I
that
don't
is
know.
my question.
Well, they would, and I haven't seen. I've looked into both of their backgrounds,
Mm.
quite a bit. I don't. He was raised. There was things that happened in his childhood that may show why he's so bizarre now. No
Right.
excuses. No excuses at all. But I don't know if there's anything in Jen's background or anything that would put her in pedophile stage before she had Maddie. It may not have. Whatever whatever Jen was getting into or letting happen in her home, I don't know that she was like a participant in all of it yet. I'm not convinced she was or wasn't yet. But I do think she probably knew what was happening.
Yes.
I gave her the benefit of the doubt until the first document dropped. Once we saw the first document drop, because if you guys are familiar with me in any way, form, or fashion, I don't victimize the parents. I don't bash the parents and I
Right.
don't go after the parents. Until you give me a reason to question you, I'm going to back the parents. I'm going to trust the family. And
Yeah.
that's how I've always approached cases, is to trust the family first until you give me a reason not to trust you. Once that first document drop was done, I literally made it through, because I should have pre-read it before I went live that night, but
Hmm.
it was like a huge document drop. And I've been following this case from day one, literally, like when her alert came across. Actually, he popped his head in. It came across through his phone because for some reason I get alerts from Daytona instead of around here, and he gets them from around here. So I've literally, from the minute that the public was known, this has been something that I have followed because this is right here, like literally right here. We drove there today, and it absolutely hit my gut so hard that I'm going to see this through until justice. I have to, for my own, and to keep Maddie's memory alive. But I trusted Jen at first. I put 100% trust in her. Side-eyed him, and I hate using his name, the monster, because this was not her father. This was a
Exactly.
boyfriend from an on and off relationship that we don't know the demographic. Well, we didn't know the demographic of the home in the beginning. We just knew that it was an on and off relationship. Now
Yeah.
I have so many things that go through my head and so many questions that go through my head. And as a mother, I raise boys, but I also have stepdaughters. I have a stepdaughter now. You put yourself in that place, and just some of the things and the developments that we've heard, that she sent them in a different bedroom to sleep together, and she just thought it was okay. And then, other things that I don't want to get into detail on Doggo's panel, because YouTube doesn't like a lot of what I would like to say, but you guys have been here for this whole case. You know where I'm going with it.
You're okay. You're okay.
I'll just say laundry. You know what I mean? Laundry. Other, specific details. Mother would have to know. There's no way she didn't know.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
have to take your mind to the point where, did she know? Was she afraid to be alone? Was she scared she was going to lose him again, and kept bringing him back in the home to keep him around because Madeline
Was she using? I almost wonder. I'm not to interrupt you, but I've heard things he has said, which of course it's hard to believe anything. But what you're saying hits a soft spot right now, because did she use this child to keep bringing him back?
That's what I'm saying. Did she know
Yeah.
his obsession with her? And in order to keep him around, or
Yes.
to keep the breakups from not being so consistent, or whatever the case
Right.
was, did she invite him back in? Oh, well, Maddie's here. Maddie lives here with me,
She wants
And
Maddie wants
again,
you here. Yeah, right.
right. Maddie wants you here. Maddie loves you. Maddie
Yes.
needs you around. And
Because if you listen to that interview,
period.
Mom, he kind of says that. He's like, "Oh, Maddie was looking forward to my visit
Yep.
because he came in town that morning. She
Yep.
was looking forward to me coming and being here, and I could absolutely see what you're saying. I understand it, that she learned to use her daughter, is not use her, but once she was aware, just telling Maddie's here, like you said, come on back, whatever. And I
Mhm.
think a lot of people do miss that. They don't understand how a woman can get to that point. I don't understand it, but I know that just because I don't understand it doesn't mean I'm not aware that that happens, right? And she absolutely could have been just doing that to hang on, as bad as that is.
Yeah. And using Maddie as a way to bring him back, like almost like, here's your little prize. She's here at my house. Come, because codependency is a real thing. And I'm by no means a physician or have any kind of medical license. This is just from personal life and being as old as I am. I've been there, done that, got the tattoo and the t-shirt. But codependency is a real thing. So what if her brain was telling her, I need him around? Well, here's what I have, which is Maddie, that will keep him coming back. And we don't know how I don't know how her brain works, and I'm not going to be the first to sit here and say that I know how her brain works. And it's disgusting. The whole thing's disgusting. And the more of it that comes out, it just makes me really wonder, like, what kind of mother allows this to happen over years? This is not something that happened over a weekend. This is not something that happened, just in a month. This was years of abuse to this child.
Right. It's not like it was the first time Jen found out, Jen did something about it. It was Maddie she didn't want to break up with the monster. So she kept Maddie as the prize. So he would keep coming back. And what kind of a monster mother does that? You don't offer your child up to somebody for this. You don't do that. And, just like when we watched that, you remember the video that we watched, Dago, where she was rubbing his back because he was so upset.
Unfortunately,
It was just creepy. It was just